Have you ever wanted to play with a rock-hard stranger? Well, thanks to Torgue, now you can. Today we're going to be looking at Torgue assault rifles. We'll look at every single part that can spawn on a non-unique or a non-legendary. We're going to start off with the body. The body of all Torgue assault rifles will be the same no matter the rarity, and here's what it looks like. It can spawn with up to 3 different accessories. The first one here will provide a 10% damage increase. The second will decrease your reload time by 10%. And the third will increase your splash damage radius by 20%. This one's kind of hard to see, so here's a better view of it from the other side. We're going to move on to the barrels now, each of which will provide your gun with its base name, and each barrel can spawn with a set of unique accessories. The 4 barrels are the Flogger barrel, the Polisher barrel, the Stranger barrel, and the Blister, which is the Alien barrel. We're going to start with the Flogger. Of the 3 non-alien barrels, this one will have the lowest base damage but the highest fire rate. This is the barrel here, and it can spawn with up to 3 different accessories. The first accessory will decrease your accuracy bloom by 25%. The second will increase your fire rate by 10%. And the third will do the same as the second, providing a 10% fire rate increase. The next barrel we'll look at will be the Polisher barrel. This one's the middle ground of the 3 non-alien barrels, having both the second highest fire rate and damage. Here's the barrel, which like the Flogger can spawn with up to 3 accessories. The first will increase your projectile speed by 30%. The second one here will do the exact same thing. And the third is going to increase your splash damage radius by 20%. The third barrel will be the Stranger barrel. This one will have the highest base damage of the 3 non-alien barrels, but the lowest fire rate. This is what the barrel looks like, and like the other 2 before it can spawn with up to 3 accessories. The first one will give you a 10% damage increase. The second one will also provide 10% more damage. And the last one will increase your fire rate by 10%. Finally, we come to the Blister, the Alien barrel. This one shoots a continuous cloud of acid or something, and its damage will increase the longer you fire it, up to twice its base damage. It will consume a minimum of 2 ammo per shot, and the fire rate dictates how fast it consumes ammo, which might seem obvious, but when you use it, you deal damage much faster than the fire rate indicates, so I think it's important to make that distinction. The Blister barrel will give you a 25% magazine size increase. Purple variants can spawn with 1 accessory that will increase your elemental damage by 10%. Now anytime you see elemental damage on a gun part, it's referring to your dot. This will increase the damage for each tick of your dot by 10%, not your gun damage. That'll do it for the barrels, and now we'll take a look at the exhausts. There are 3 possible ones that you can get, and of course they're all on the other side of the gun, so I'll have alternate views for all of these. The first will increase your damage by 10%. The second one will increase your projectile speed by 30%. And the last one will increase your splash damage radius by 20%. There is a possibility, however, that your gun does not spawn with an exhaust, and this is what that would look like. Now we'll move on to the 5 grips that you can get. The first grip will give you a 20% accuracy bloom decrease and a 5% damage increase. The second one here will give you a 15% projectile speed increase and a 20% accuracy bonus. The third one will, oh my, this looks bad, a 30% recoil width increase for a 25% accuracy bloom penalty, a 10% accuracy penalty, and a 30% damage penalty? Wow. Well, it turns out this is the double penetrating grip. This one will give you an additional projectile per shot, which results in a few penalties. The next grip will decrease your reload time by 5% and increase your magazine size by 10%. In return, you lose 5% damage and get a 10% accuracy penalty. The last grip will increase your splash damage radius by 20% and increase your weapon sway by 30%. Let's move on to the foregrips. There will be 5 of these. The first will decrease your accuracy bloom by 30% and will increase your fire rate by 5%. The second here will provide a 10% accuracy bonus and increase your damage by 5%. The third will increase your projectile speed by 15% and give you a 10% accuracy bonus. The fourth one will increase your splash damage radius by 20% and decrease your recoil width by 15%. And the last foregrip will decrease both your weapon sway and recoil height by 30%. Next, we'll take a look at the magazines. The magazines do quite a bit for Torgue ARs, and Torgue weapons in general. Along with setting your base mag size, they will also determine your base reload speed. In addition to this, the percentage that your damage increases for each pellet stuck to a target is determined by your mag size. This percentage is shown on the gun card of every Torgue weapon unless it has an anointment, in which case it still exists, but it is just blocked by the anointment text. The general rule of thumb with these modifiers is that the higher the mag size, the lower the percentage, although heavy weapons and shotguns do have some exceptions depending on your projectile count. But we're looking at ARs here, so we'll save that for another time. The first magazine will be the 16-round magazine. This is the smallest magazine and will provide a 10% damage increase. It will also set your base reload speed to 2.8 seconds. The sticky modifier percentage with this magazine will be 9%. The next magazine will be the 22-round magazine. This one will not affect your damage and will set your base reload speed to 3.1 seconds. Your sticky percentage with this one will be 6.5%, although it will show 7% on the gun card. The final magazine will be the 28-round magazine. This is the largest mag, and as a trade-off, it will provide a 10% damage penalty. It will also have the longest base reload time at 3.3 seconds. This one will set your sticky modifier percentage to 5%. Next, we'll take a look at the 3 scopes. The first will provide a 1.5 times zoom increase. The second will increase your zoom by 2.2 times. And the third will provide you with a 3.3 times zoom increase. There is also a chance that you do not receive a scope on your gun. Then we come to the elements. Torgue ARs can spawn in all 5 elements. Shocker, right? These elements are fire, shock, corrosive, cryo, and radiation. Most of the time though, you probably won't see an element. To help with the vast amount of parts on Torgue ARs, here's a little table showing everything that we've covered. This table, along with many others for all the gun types, will be linked in the description. That'll do it for Torgue ARs, guys. See ya.